There are thousands of ways I could have started off this video, but not one that I could think of gives this game the introduction it deserves. So for today's video, I'm gonna give an overview of Geometry Dash. I've been wanting to make this video for a while considering 2.2 is releasing in October, which I'm very excited for. So I also decided I wanted to put this video together before the release for some reason. It's still crazy to me that this game is getting an update considering how long this game has been out for and how long it's been running for by community. 6 years, 71 months, 2,190 days. Probably inaccurate. I'm super excited to see all the new features that come in the new update, as 2.2 is probably going to be one of the biggest updates the game has gotten. Now let's hop right into this video. And now, what is Geometry Dash? And how the f*** do you not know about it? You probably either heard about it or at least played it once. But if by some chance you haven't, it's a rhythm-based platformer, which is the gist of it, but it's way more complicated than just that. Now this is coming from someone who's only beaten Deadlock and struggles to beat easy demons, which isn't as big as an accomplishment when you're looking at these guys beating frame-perfect jumps and extreme demons. I could never do that. So you might not take my word seriously, but I feel like I could still put these ideas into words and get them into your head. So now I want to tell you a story of how I first bumped into this game. Now I don't remember exactly how I ended up finding the game, but I do think it was off the App Store. I got Geometry Dash Lite like anyone else because I didn't want to have to pay for it at first. I'd play through the first 4 levels of the game, Stereo Madness, Back on Track, Poltergust, and Dry Out, until I eventually couldn't beat any of them. And more time passed. I'd eventually buy the full game, and I'd find an old friend who was into Geometry Dash too, and we'd end up going back and forth beating harder levels, and I would end up beating Deadlocked in every single other level in the game. It's kind of funny how humble the beginning starts and how intense it gets when you get into it for being a game that you only press one button in. The official levels of Geometry Dash are difficult to describe in words, like everything. I would call some of these levels frustrating, but looking back on it, these levels are fun, and the sense of accomplishment and happiness I got from beating them is well worth it. The same can be said for the community levels. The way they introduce new game modes and new mechanics, like orbs, which for some reason they're called rings, gravity switches, adds a lot more. And if you've ever played in order, unlike me, the way they introduce these game modes goes from simple to difficult to hard. Same word. And it's nice so you can get a hang of how to use each of them. I give props to RobTop for that, but the coins are a different story. I would have loved to play through the Geometry Dash, but copyright is a thing and I want to kill myself. But I can do it this way. The community has been the thing that keeps this game alive, for a good reason too. Somehow this game is still standing with the amount of content that is just being posted, and the quality of them is just astonishing to me. It takes hundreds or thousands of hours to make a good Geometry Dash level, and they're still being made to this day. It's gone from a simple game with squares and spikes to being able to make entire programs and levels with insane amount of detail. It's funny to think about that most of the content in Geometry Dash is made by the community, and that is by no means a bad thing. I actually think it's a great thing. This means you can get almost unlimited levels from a game that you have to pay only $2 to $5 for, and there are creators willing to spend thousands of hours just to make a level, and that's what makes Geometry Dash so special. The community is willing to put in the care and effort into it. This game has gotten progressively harder because of the community. People keep making the hardest challenges, and that takes the utmost precision. Another thing I find funny is that the hackers have pushed the players to make harder levels. Don't hack, God forbid hacking. The game wouldn't be where it is now if not for some people breaking the rules and other people pushing themselves. It's crazy how hard this game is. That's where a lot of people get put off by Geometry Dash, but it's also something about the determination and the will to beat a level, the dedication and hours people put in just to get the perfect run that makes Geometry Dash what it is today. There is many more things that I could have talked about, but I would have rather not go into depths about these Geometry Dash events. I'd rather just tell you why this game is special to me and thousands of other people, to give you a summary of what this game is. So we've come to the end. If you guys would like me to talk about some other games that involve music, like, just shapes and beats, like FNF, I would love to do that. And if you would like to see that too, make sure to like the video. I worked very hard on this video, so I would appreciate it if you also hit the subscribe button and turn those notifications on. I can't wait for 2.2, and that's all from me. I'll see you in the next video.